No, but really, I can't believe we're here.
I know. We're doing it. Could not wait,
Yeah,
honestly.
me either. And I feel like to say finally isn't even fair because we first talked about this in August and it's September.
I mean, I'm already in October. I don't know how about you. Like, I'm already planning Christmas. So, like,
Yeah.
let's get it together, people.
Gosh, that's hilarious.
But we want to say thanks for tuning in and listening to this very first podcast because we started this with the passion to talk about things that are not necessarily just rainbows and butterflies. You know,
Exactly.
we want to talk about the real raw stuff behind the business and how not necessarily always it just is the greatest thing ever.
Right.
You know, I want to quit my job every other day. Like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. But
Well, you already quit one job,
right?
right?
Shit. I should probably stop quitting jobs. But like business ownership is such a weird thing that might drive you and bring a lot of ideas. And for me, like we talked about this today, we talked about human design. And if you don't know what that is, I would encourage you to check it out because it blew my mind. And now I'm learning a little bit about myself and how I operate. And that makes so much sense because I do get so much energy out of my ideas and out of the things that drive me that I'm just naturally like turning them into like reality. But when something doesn't work out for me, I'm then like, we'll just burn that bridge and start over again. I mean, it's not necessarily
Scrap it.
right
Back to square
Yep, no.
one.
And you know, as much as you can do it so many times, it is just not, it's just a challenge that, you know, I'm learning how to navigate. But
Yep.
getting back to what I was trying, my original thought process was that being a business owner is freaking difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It,
Challenging.
yeah, I want to lobotomize myself every other day. Like, oh, is there another thing that I'm behind I'm not doing? You know, like,
Yeah.
oh, look at these
Yeah.
people. They're just,
Keeping track of it all, especially when it like just so early on, especially when you're just starting, just kind of being like a one-man show,
I know.
a one-woman show.
That's right. Well, we're women here, people. I want to talk about this just a slight little bit. We want to be spicy here, but I want to talk about why we're here, like why we even decided to do this.
So, do you remember when I first messaged you?
I do remember it was a while ago because I feel like it's been like, oh, this past couple months has been a blur, but it's been a while ago. Well, Megan, just so you guys all know, she messaged me, she texted me, and she just said, oh, I have this idea. I want to do this.
Literally, I was like using my stick vacuum on my kitchen floors, and I swear lightning struck like an idea. That's how it came to my brain. Like it was just all of a sudden, I thought I should bring this idea up to you.
So she did, my friend. So she
Yes.
did.
Yes. Of course, us being busy, it took us a while to get it together. Scheduled a lunch. and
Surprisingly, no one canceled. We're just
Oh.
kind of like,
I'm always
like we're just
looking for
gonna
an
get
excuse
together.
to come to town. And I just knew from your views and business advice that you had shared, plus what I love about creating systems and efficiency and finding inefficiencies and creative problem solving. I just knew that together we could like see the big picture of what Huron could be missing
Yeah.
while also celebrating what Huron already has.
Yeah, totally. So, and one thing that I always say when I'm like, up to this point, not a lot of people knew that that's what we're doing, but a few people like in my circle knew. So when I get to like talk about you and tell them like, who are you and what you do? And I always say like, it's like two pieces. I'm serious right now. It's drum rolls. It's like literally two halves of apple coming together. And
Yep.
it just sounds like
Yin
whatever.
and yang.
No, literally, because
Yep.
this is how our brain works. Like, my brain just kind of takes over all of that visual aspect, like marketing,
Colors.
the potential as well, colors. Like I see colors, I see like the energy. You know, I kind of already when you messaged me, it was a voice message. I already had his picture. I already knew where we're sitting. I already knew like what we're gonna talk about. I already knew I'm gonna be swearing. And I just already had this like picture of it, you know? And then your brain goes into that. How can I make this better? And how can
Mhm.
I set it up in a way that
Mhm.
is going to work for me,
Mhm.
not against me?
And I have to say, and that is part of my human design is like my human design is that I see ways to make things better.
Who are you?
Projector.
Snap.
Mhm.
Literally, I am the
Mhm.
manifesting
Mhm.
generator. Like, I just listened to a podcast today this morning about it, and they said they're so projectors they meant to be with generators.
Mm.
Because
Mhm.
when we are up there, you can be like, okay, I think you're burning too high right now. I think we need to like
Mhm.
take a break, you
Mhm.
know, instead of burning the
Break it
bridges.
down, smaller steps type stuff.
Instead of quitting,
Mm.
you should probably go to sleep and take a
Mhm.
break. Yes,
Mhm.
that's interesting.
And honestly, I found out my human design 2 years ago, this fall, literally 2 years ago, and I literally feel like it finally made, like, my whole life make sense.
It's
And
mind
I say
blowing.
that about a few other things, and I shouldn't even say my whole life, but, like, my purpose or why I am the way I am, why I see the way I see, like, even the things I've done leading up to this and my current position as a teacher and in other positions I've held with the district, it just all made sense.
Yeah. Yes.
And I just am feeling I have felt for so many years, I have truly felt called to share that by helping others. And this Huron Spotlight is our vessel.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That's neat. That's neat. Yeah. So I think one of the things that is different about our town, and I think everyone will agree, is that we are not just any town in like rural South Dakota.
Mhm,
We're just very diverse. And we can sit here and say like, oh, it's so great. You know,
mhm,
just I'm so great. We
mhm.
just love it. Um,
It's part of our pride.
right? It's part of our pride. But truly, truly, when you look, and I'm going to talk about this from my perspective as an
Mhm.
immigrant,
I wanna hear it.
because from the perspective, and then if you get offended by this, please don't listen to this. Just fucking go to a different show. But if you are a white person and you think about diversity and running a business, you see your perspective, and that's natural because what we filter our experiences and the way we think through our own experiences, right?
Mhm,
So you have no idea, and I'm just pointing at you, but I really don't mean to like call you out. But
mhm,
what probably I'm assuming that a average white person
mhm,
taking pride,
mhm,
air quotes, in our diversity, you have no idea what a immigrant has to go
mhm,
through to be a part of this community.
mhm,
And not just this community, any white community, any
mhm,
minority to be included into the majority
mhm.
of a community. And I have it dudes, I have it simple because I'm white.
Yeah,
You see
yep,
me, you're not gonna know any better until I
right.
open my mouth and be like, "Oh, where you from? Are you from Russia? No, I'm from Poland. I live countries." Okay, great. Interestingly enough, this community, and this is what I want to emphasize, not only has a huge population that is diverse, we also have a huge population that is diverse and freaking runs businesses in this town.
Mhm,
They own a lot of businesses.
yep.
They run these businesses. But these
Success story.
businesses are bringing revenue and economy into
Mhm,
this town. So what I want to bring this awareness. This wasn't for a random woman of color in this town that owns a business, and
mhm,
there is a few of them. It wasn't the same route as for a random white male to own a business.
absolutely.
Okay. So, like, that's the thing that I feel like through our like sometimes superficial we take pride in diversity,
Mhm.
we lose it. It's fucking hard.
Yeah. Well, it always to me, it's, talk the talk or walk the walk.
Right.
It's just very clear when you're only talking the talk.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think this is what really is like our that's the motor for me. Like, and then I'm just learning about this today. My motor is in my throat as my human design. So this is what gets like activated and it
Mhm,
drives. And this is what brings all the fuel into me. And this I feel like this is what drives me into this podcast. I want to bring the light on
mhm,
these businesses and I want to recognize women. I want to
mhm,
recognize women of color that own
mhm,
businesses in this town. And I want to talk about How has it been for you? It's shitty
Yeah.
out there. It's scary out there. It
How did you
really
get here?
is.
Literally, how did you get to the position that you're in?
Right? And you've been doing this for so long. I mean, there are businesses out there that are successful and been in this town for so
Mhm.
long. They
Yep.
survived COVID.
Mhm.
They survived this ginormous construction
Mm,
and maybe not thriving right now,
mhm.
maybe not yet thriving,
Mhm.
or hopefully they are thriving. But
Yeah.
I want to know, I want to bring them to the table like you are part of this
Mhm.
community. Like I wanna surround yourself with you because y'all know something that probably I don't know and I want to
Mhm.
learn, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so
I wanna hear your story.
oh, which one? I have so many.
Well, I think a lot of people would love to know how you ended up in Huron, South Dakota.
It's so cliche, guys. You're not it's yeah, it's not very
Like, I
it's
don't know very many people from Poland.
it's not a book material. It was a boy. Go fucking figure. But he's a good one. So I mean,
Yeah.
I got a good
I
one
mean, it's
out of it.
clearly working
Yeah,
out.
I get a good one out of it. So, born and raised in Poland, met my husband 11 years ago in Poland, actually, because he was in the military. So he was Air
Oh.
Force. At a time, he was stationed in Italy for a couple of years. And then they had a few weeks that they were sent to Poland to train whatever they were training. And we met. And this is going to sound really dumb. But if you
I
want me
doubt
to be
it.
real, I'll tell you. I saw him and I knew he's going to be my husband. And I called
Mhm.
my dad the next day and I said, Dad, I
Mhm.
just like met my husband. And he's like, yeah, okay. You might not be well, but it did. So I kind of knew right away that's how it's going to end, and so it did. So because I was in school, I was finishing my degree, so I had a year left, and he was actually coming back to the States because he was being
Mhm.
done, like he was done with the military that
Mhm.
year. So he's originally from California, so he went back to California, and
Again, I would ask a Californian the same question. How do you end up in Huron, South
yeah,
Dakota?
no kidding. So he liked South Dakota because his base for a long time was Ellsworth. Honestly, coming from California to Black Hills is like wow. It's like a culture shock almost, like there's not much people, not much traffic.
Yeah.
He loved that. He loved the slower
Oh.
pace. And I think the fact that it's you don't have to literally kill yourself to own a house,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah.
So that's how he ended up in here in South Dakota. Because his first job was right here. But I was still going to school, so we did a long distance, sorry, long distance relationship for a year. Um that was before Zoom. That was a Skype.
Whoa.
We Skype people.
Whoa.
I know, it was weird. Interesting. We learned how to navigate that. So I graduated and then the next day I was on at the airport
Oh my gosh.
with 3 check-in suitcases. I came to this country on the fiancé visa. If any one of you watched the TLC 90 Day Fiancé Visa,
Mhm. It was you?
that was me. So I'm from really, really, really big town, like city, right?
Mhm.
Huge city. We have like 5 or 6 malls, huge, right? Like, yeah. And
No wonder you like fashion.
we like came here to hear it. And I'm like, where's the mall? And he's like, yeah, we don't have one.
Mm.
Back then, we still had Kmart. So
Yeah.
it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, for a second there, I was like, what did I just do?
Mm.
Trust me, like, yeah. So anyway, that was my story, and everything else is history, I guess.
Okay, but what about your business?
Oh, yeah. My business. Oh, goodness gracious. So for a long time, I was a counselor
Yeah.
at community counseling services. And I did that for about 8 years. At one
8 years is a long time.
It is a long time. I think about 4 years ago, I was kinda itchy to do something different.
Mhm.
The idea I think that, like, thought that popped in my head was, like, something sa I just wanna make some money, extra money to maybe
Mhm.
put towards vacation or something, right?
Mhm.
So, I decided to buy the camera, in
Mhm.
which thankfully my husband is I feel like he's very like you in a way, like, the way he thinks because he did the research and he found the camera that I because I didn't know anything
Oh,
about, like,
oh,
my
that's so
I
nice of
dude, I
him.
still use this camera. This camera is actually pretty good. We spent a lot of money on that
Yeah.
camera. So, I bought that camera, and I was just doing some family here and there, and, I know that. So, I was doing I was taking some pictures of families and kids and whatnot. And I rented a tiny little studio in Woonsocket,
Mm.
which I really liked. It was a really good light. And I
Oh.
just outgrown because I had so much stuff
Mhm.
that every time I was shooting in there, I had to like, check
Yeah.
everything out. So then this is the weirdest thing ever because I've never felt like this before, not even with like me getting married. Like I
Mhm.
felt this pull to be like, I feel like it was like I'm destined to do more.
Mm.
I can do so much more. Fast forward, ended up meeting my landlord, and a couple weeks later, I had a lease signed and decided to like rebrand my business.
Yeah.
So as I was rebranding my business, I was researching a lot of more revenue generating sides of photography.
Yeah.
Oh, something that would keep my creativity
Mm.
and going,
Mhm.
and as well like bring me more revenue. Something that will
Yes.
make more sense,
Yeah.
And so that's how I ended up basically running into my now business coach. And
Mhm.
we, started like messaging back and forth, and probably best decision ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I was learning that business, because that's a whole different story. Like, listen,
Mhm.
a lot of people see a photographer. Oh, it's a photographer, right?
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
there's
Okay.
so much more.
I have to stop you for 2 seconds before we get too far away from this because do you remember when you were thinking about I heard through the
Oh,
grapevine
yeah.
I heard through the grapevine that you
Yeah.
were opening up an event space, and I had to talk to you about it, and this is literally years ago, and while my son was at soccer, you came and got in the front seat of my car, and I said, "Do it. Do it."
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and then here we are sitting here today. That's crazy. But also, sometime in 2024, I became aware of Maddie Pichon, and I literally told myself, I am not going to get brand photos done by anyone unless it's Maddie or somebody who's gone through her program. And lucky
Me.
me, you've gone through her
I
program
know.
right here in my town.
I know. Isn't that crazy? This is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you realize, but the only reason why this thought even came through my head was Kelsey's triggers. I met with her because she had apartments for rent, and I
Mhm.
was looking for maybe I could like rent it out for like
Mhm.
a studio.
Mhm.
And she talked about this lady from Brookings. I don't remember what's her name. She is the owner of the White Frame. So she at that time she had exactly very similar concept. She was renting a downtown space that she converted into like an event space, and
Mm.
I think she was
Mhm.
shooting in there too. So I was creeping very much. And then I was like, brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. One thing
Yeah.
that Kelsey said to me was, Huron is about 2 or 3 years behind, so you're going to have to give it some time. Which here we are a year later. But she gave me that idea, and I immediately connected with South Dakota Small Business
Mhm.
Development Center, and they were just so amazing, and they
Mhm.
helped me do the business plan. I had never done a business plan. Like,
Uh,
what on
yeah.
earth? So that was a great, great journey. And then I went because I needed a loan. So
Mhm.
since I needed a loan, I needed to like have these pieces in place.
Mhm.
When I got an appointment with the bank right across the street and I sent them my stuff, they were like, yeah, we probably don't need to even see you. We know you're good because my stuff was on point. And
That's
then I said,
awesome.
I went with Kelly from,
Mhm.
that place, and they're like, oh yeah, we know Kelly. That she
Mhm.
does a really good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
so hooking up with like these resources was really helpful.
Mhm.
But I honestly, I didn't know there were any resources out there
Mhm.
actually.
Me
So
either.
yeah.
Me either.
So one thing I want to talk about is when I was getting into the brand photography, and it was very much with me is like start very like messy and figure it out later. Like I do have the discomfort going into a new situation, don't get me wrong, but I am just not easily intimidated by making mistakes.
Oh, yes. I can tell.
I could care fucking less.
Yeah.
So that I
Mhm.
think that's a huge strength
Mhm.
of me. So I'm like,
Oh,
oh yeah, let's
yes.
do this
Yeah.
and then be figuring it out
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
So that's what I did with brand photography, and
I mean, it's what we're doing here right now.
exactly. And it was working out very well. But how I found my purpose in there, I was looking at myself and I'm like, this whole thing has helped me
Mm. Mhm.
transform.
Transform.
You probably see transformation
Mhm.
from a year ago or a year and a half ago
Mhm.
in who I am right now,
Mhm.
because it literally helped me embrace to not give a single fuck
Yeah.
and
I
just
knew
do
the
what
F word was coming.
yeah, but just do what you gotta do. And
Yep.
I feel like a lot of women, because then I know me through like culture, through society, through like
Mhm.
certain norms that are like kind of like you're like born into, like you have to follow. Naturally, I would feel like I was like stuck. I couldn't like open my wings and fly. And this is helping me. And I know women out there are like
Mhm.
that, owning businesses. They feel like I want to do this, but I don't know how other people
Mhm.
will what will they say.
Mhm.
Hence my real passion and like to advocating for these women, like
Mhm.
you can take up the space.
Mhm.
You need to take up the space.
Yep.
Who gives a shit what they
Yep.
say, you know?
Be
Yeah.
visible, be
Yeah.
loud, be
Yeah.
heard.
Ta-
Yeah.
there is a reason. There's a literally reason why, whether you believe in God or the universe, gave you this
Mhm.
passion or idea, or there's a reason.
Mhm.
Don't waste it. Like,
Mhm.
because someone else would not like it. True.
Mhm.
Whatever,
Mhm.
you know?
Yes.
But I know it's hard because I've
Mhm.
been there. That's me. And I'm like, but again, like this is something that I'm really, really passionate about.
Yeah. If only women could find their confidence faster. Once I found my confidence and like became aligned with who I was, or I should say, found my confidence being aligned with who I was, who I am,
Yeah.
it just changed everything. Nothing else mattered.
That's
No one
huge.
else's opinions mattered.
That's huge.
Mhm.
Because if you're not true to yourself,
Mhm.
but but you got to be bold enough to like find it.
So tell us about where we're at right now.
So we are at my studio and event space, Spotlight. We are
Mhm.
located in downtown Huron. This is in probably 2,800 square foot building that my husband and I should say probably him, guy, I just told him what to do.
Yeah.
He transformed into a, I would say, low key, gorgeous event space that is designed to host 50 people, up
Mhm.
to 50 people. Somewhere, I haven't seen this a lot around town. That's why I was like,
Mhm.
this is a great idea. A place where you come in and you feel sense of style, warmth, inviting. Be like, I would like to have people around here. Like
Mhm.
I would want to bring people
Mhm.
here to like host something.
Mm.
So that was the whole idea behind it. You know, I think we delivered.
Absolutely.
I think we did. And a lot of people that come in here say this feels like a bigger city place
Mhm.
because we don't have a place like this
Mhm.
in town.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what I wanted to do.
Yep. I just when it wasn't quite done yet, but when you were on your way to opening it, I just thought like, what a great idea. What a great thing to have because from like a mom perspective, I mean, to have a place to gather that's not your house for a large amount, like you don't have to clean up your house before people come and you don't have to clean up your house after people are gone, to just be able to come and host an event, celebrate something, gather with your people in a place that is like done for you, set up comfortable for you. I just love that Huron has this.
Yes, and that's exactly was m that was exactly my thought behind this too, because again, women are the ones who
Mhm.
book the spaces and the events
Mhm.
and all of
Yeah, I
this.
literally just had my daughter's birthday party. It was nothing and it was still a ton of work.
Right. And we do think about like the food and stuff, and then like if you're anything like me, I am not an event planner. And if you want me to plan an event, I would probably rather slowly die. Because now I have to figure out the food, right? But then the decorations.
Mhm.
If you think about, and this is the weirdest thing
Mhm.
because I am like, ooh, like pretty stuff,
Mhm.
shiny. I would
Mhm.
love that.
Yep.
But the execution of it,
Mhm.
because then I have to go on Amazon,
Mhm.
and Amazon has, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there, but
Yep.
like everything looks so plasticky.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I'm going to spend $100 on this and it's not going to look good. So then my thought was, if you anything like me and you rent this basic space, whether that is a basement of a church or
Mhm.
even if you do it at your house, you're probably going through this too. You're probably going to spend a lot of extra money on these decorations
Mhm.
that probably not going to survive the whole party because kids are going to tear it apart
Mhm. Yep.
and it's just not going to look as good. And here, honestly, here, if you don't want any decorations, you don't need any decorations. It looks good already.
Absolutely.
And it's different than your house because it's so you
Mhm.
feel it feels like it's a
Mhm.
fresh space that you're coming
Mhm.
into.
'Cause you're not living. It's not like
Exactly.
real life is not
Mhm.
happening
Yeah.
there.
And it's enough space. Even if you have 50 people here, it doesn't feel like you
Mhm.
have 50 people. It's still
Mhm.
plenty of space. So that's another thing that I really like about it. It's spacious enough.
So with your photography business and Spotlight Studio and events, do you also have other photographers booked?
Yes, and that's super fun for me because I was like,
Yeah.
I wonder how many, and there had been a few people that this past year that had booked it for photos.
Mm.
So I know that there's a number of people that actually were using my back room, which my back room, if anyone if anyone been here, my back room is just my studio. Like there is a cyclorama there. There is another wall that you could use as a like backdrop.
Mhm.
There's a bunch of different props and furniture and like more professional lighting there. So people are using it.
Mhm.
And that
I
was
love
like,
it.
I know, I love it too because I'm like, how neat is that? And
Mhm.
there is a lot of photographers in town that don't have
Yeah.
studio. They only shoot during the months that
Mhm.
you can go outside and do it
Yep.
outside. So here it just opens the new opportunity of like
Mhm.
I can book so many more clients because now I have a place that I can do it. And it's going to pay for itself because if you are like a thinking like a business owner, right?
Mhm.
So thinking about, okay, I need to book enough to actually pay for it. You can run mini sessions back to
Mhm.
back or few family sessions in
Yep.
here and you can still walk away with a good profit.
So awesome. Such a great
And I
opportunity.
mean it's
Mhm.
photographer um how do I say it? Proofed because I do it here all
Yeah.
the time. Like, I
Because
do it
you
all the
said
time here.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep.
set it up.
You're
So
doing
I'm
it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, well, I'm so glad I got to hear a little bit more of your story. I'm so glad that you got to share your story with our community of listeners that we're starting off with here.
Well, thanks for letting me yap because
Letting you yeah.
I'm gonna yap. Like, when you ask me, I'm gonna be like, I can talk all day
Yeah,
long.
you can.
I know I lose people when I talk too much, but then I'll actually myself. Like,
That's the beauty of editing.
I'm like, I'm just gonna be talking. So thanks for letting me up. And actually, thanks for listening and being interested
Mhm.
because I think that's part of it. And I think that's what is going to make this podcast awesome
Mhm.
because we are truly interested in your story.
Absolutely.
So hit follow wherever you're listening to podcasts, whether that is Spotify or Apple
Mhm.
Podcasts. Hit follow, and we will be back next week with another episode. And we might bring a guest, or maybe not. We'll be
We
back
don't
with
know.
the
We're
next
building
episode.
the plane as we're flying, so we'll
I
figure it
know.
out.